Hi all, this is Simona, and in this video I would like to address some of the comments that I received in response to my video about why some women fall for bad guys. So I wrote down some of the things that I want to tell, and so that I don't miss anything, I'm going to read out this article that I just wrote. Firstly, I received one type of comments about the reason why women fall for bad guys is that they are emotionally wounded in some way. That by that I mean that many people today think that women fall for the guys that are considered by our society as more on the dangerous side, for the reason that those women are emotionally wounded. For example, those women might have had an abusive or absent father, and so they simply are attracted to the type of man that their father was. I agree with this completely, yes. If women don't heal from emotional traumas, they're likely to attract exactly the type of person that the abuser was. But to say that all women who are attracted to the bad guy's type are emotionally wounded is a huge overstatement. To understand my point, it's important to keep in mind that our current understanding of what a good man is set by the trends of our society, of our modern society. A man who's considered a good guy now would be viewed in a much less acceptable way in the past. People would think him to be feminine, and he would not be respected. And the men who were considered heroes 1,000 years ago would be locked up in prisons today. So who is there to say which type is acceptable and which is unacceptable? And if today one type is preferred, that doesn't make all women who prefer the other type emotionally disturbed or psychologically unwell in some way. Also, if in your birth chart the 7th house of marriage and unions doesn't have a positive star and planet combination, then even if you had an excellent childhood, will you like guys who are very masculine and somehow considered dangerous by the society? We don't judge people who prefer spicy food over milky food or sports cars over family cars as emotionally disturbed. So why is it that women who like very masculine men are labeled psychologically unwell? So sure, if a man is a total abuser and a woman stays with him anyway, there's definitely some unaddressed psychological issue that needs to be dealt with. But if a guy is simply very masculine and not a guy who is very sensitive and loves home life, why would a preference of him make a woman emotionally disturbed? It's the current understanding of psychology that is also to blame for it. Psychology doesn't pay attention to time-bound trends, but filters everything through what's accepted by the society today. So the preference of a guy who doesn't like routine and who doesn't mind getting into fights for what he believes is straight away labeled as stemming from some trauma. Yet, why is it overlooked that 1,000 years ago, that was the type of man that was the standard definition of what man is, and a woman wasn't thought to be mentally ill if she fell in love with this type. So it's important to understand that our view with regards to how men are supposed to be is strongly colored by our values and preferences today. Men are becoming more feminine, and they are encouraged to be so. Because of this, love is no longer so passionate. There's no longer so much attraction. There's less passion but more trust. There's less excitement but more stability. But who is there to say that one quality is better than another? One person will prefer one quality, another person will prefer another quality. Just because someone likes stability, it doesn't make those people who like excitement bad. It's just one type of person will prefer one quality, and another type of person will prefer another quality. When you let go of these rules of the society of what's right and what's wrong, you can structure your life in a way that you really enjoy. But if you stick to the rights and wrongs of the society today, you will live a standard life that's not of your preference but someone else's. And what's the point of living if you live a life as though it's not your own but written for you? How can you even know yourself if you don't allow yourself to understand what you prefer, but go by what the society expects of you? Life is supposed to be the full expression of who each individual is, and I believe that not expressing your true being is the greatest insult to life because it has the quality of death. Who is to say that a man who opposes aggressors with violence is worse than a man who does the accounts? Both types are required for the healthy functioning of our society. To label one wrong and another right is to fail to see beyond current societal beliefs and thus fail to mature beyond the average type. Just because the society considers one type acceptable doesn't automatically make those who prefer another type insane or somehow inferior. Different people will find happiness in different ways, and to claim that only stay-at-home fathers who don't actively display masculine traits is the source of happiness for women is like saying that everyone must like one particular type of dessert and other choices are wrong. Who is there to say that one type is superior over another? When the societal understanding changes, the preference of one type over another will change as well. So what we consider as ideal men today will not be considered so in the future. So where is a fixed rule of one being better than another? So that's my article, and I don't want to impose my views on you, but I really do want people to open their minds and to consider different sides of an argument, that it's not just fully colored black or white. There could be many more options, and I really hope that people would just open their minds and see other options available, other choices to make, and that they don't have to subscribe to the beliefs of the society today that will change 1,000 years from now. It's so much healthier to see both sides of the situation and to assess all these issues by looking at the past and what might be expected in the future, so that you are not bound by the beliefs that are currently valid, but you see the situation as it really is, because it really makes you grow. It makes you to break away from the standards of the society and to really structure your life in a way that you want, to really express yourself. It inspires you then to express your true being. And for me, living in a way that you really like, despite of what the society thinks right or wrong, is the fulfillment of life. So I hope that this article inspired you in some way and maybe opened your mind more. Thank you for watching. Take care.